Hey guys, this is Jung. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about why I purchased or why I chose the STI over the Honda Civic Type R. The first reason why I purchased this over the CTR is because of the price. Now, I know what you're thinking, and I've heard it a lot. When I tell people I wanted the STI, they always said to me, oh, why don't you just save a couple thousand more and buy the Civic Type R? That's a good question. And my response to that always has been, in my opinion, it is more than just a couple thousand. And here's why. So it's common knowledge that a lot of Honda dealerships mark up the Civic Type R to ridiculous amounts. And I've done my due diligence, and I know for a fact that all the dealerships in my area mark them up. So that would mean I would have to go out of state and purchase it separately, right, at MSRP. Now, even if I did purchase it at MSRP, it's not just a couple thousand more, because in my opinion, the Civic Type R does not come with a stock wheel and tire setup that is suitable for the needs that I have for the car. The Civic Type R comes with 20-inch wheels with, I believe, a 30 series sidewall. And a lot of owners of that car have reported that the wheels just keep cracking whenever they hit a little bit of a pothole in the road and there's not enough tire protection or wheel protection from the tire. And to be honest, I just don't want to deal with that. Now, this car comes with 19-inch wheels with a 35 series sidewall. And so it's not much better, but I think it's definitely a little bit better. And I don't feel the need to change out the stock wheels and tires. Had I purchased the Civic Type R, I would definitely have to pick up a new set of wheels and tires, and that would probably run me, at least another $3,000 for a decent set of aftermarket wheels and tires. Maybe like another 18-inch wheel or a 19-inch wheel like this. The number two reason is because I wanted something new, right? So I've always owned Hondas, and specifically Honda Civics, and I just wanted something new, right? And I know that the Civic Type R is not just any other Civic, I get it, but in terms of how it looks and on the interior when you sit in it and how it feels in that sense, I just wanted something different. I do think the STI does look a little bit better because I like more of a muted look. It's not as in your face as the Civic Type R. Yes, it still has the big wing, which I love, and I wouldn't have the STI any other way, but I just think the Type R looks a little bit too aggressive for me. And even though it is a better performing track car, that doesn't really matter to me because I don't really race, I don't really track the car all that much, or at all, I should say. So, those faster lap times around the Nürburgring and all that, it doesn't really matter to me as much. Now, yes, I will say, the gas mileage is not as good as a Civic Type R, but that doesn't really matter to me because this car is all about how it feels and how it drives and just about the overall experience of being behind the wheel. And that, to me, I found was a lot more enjoyable to me personally than the Civic Type R. And one thing in the interior, I do like the STI shifter with the short throw shift option better than the shifter in the Type R. And I also really like the fact that there is a manual handbrake. I was never really a fan of, the electronic ones, and I'm really glad that I have one with a Rip-It style manual handbrake. The visibility in here is a lot better, especially since I no longer have the lane watch camera on the right blind spot that my SI had. And so as you can see here, there's this window and that one the same on the other side. But most importantly, when I look out back, the blind spot is very minimal, if not there at all. So, it's really easy to see out of, and I really do enjoy that much. One more thing about the interior. So the seats in the base STI, not the Recaros, or actually even the Recaros, they're not as grippy as the Type R seats. They don't hold you in and, really hug you like the Type R seats do. But the benefit of that is that this area with the red leather, next to your leg, it won't get wrinkled and beat up as much because it's really not, taking as much abuse as, or it doesn't really get in the way as much of, when you're climbing in and out of the car. So I think it could potentially hold up a little bit better over time. A couple more things on the exterior that I want to also mention. The steering responsive headlights are really nice, especially when where it's at night and you're taking corners. It's a lot better for visibility, so I really do enjoy that. And also the overall sound of the car is a lot better. Now, it is pretty quiet stock, but we're gonna do something about that shortly. And kind of going back to the exterior appearance part of this, I really like the quad tip exhausts, so that is really nice. And on a side note, I have found this new parking garage to film in, so I feel like I might make this my new video spot. As you can see, there's really not anyone or any other cars here except for a couple of construction vehicles and whatnot. So I think it's a pretty good place to film, and hopefully if I don't get kicked out, then I'll continue to be able to film here. But anyways guys, thanks for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.